Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Footy Travellers podcast.
So I just wanted to say, I know that Mike and me and you all were at Qatar 2022. We have that in common. But we also have one other thing in common, and it's a person. There's one player that we all have loved and supported, you all with France, Mike as a Chelsea Blue, and me as an Arsenal Gunner. Can you guess who it is? My shirt right now is a clue.
Olivier Giroud?
Yes, it is. Ollie.
So we love Olivier Giroud.
Yes.
You have a song, Joris, for Olivier Giroud?
Do you?
No.
Maybe?
Maybe
We can have a love song. And he's a good goalkeeper too.
That's right.
Yes. Good point.
Was that Champions League or Ligue 1?
No, I think I'm not sure.
Or maybe was it AC Milan?
Italian Serie A, I think, but it was.
Okay, Serie A. He's the best. What can I say?
Yes.
I love him.
A nice guy, very friendly. We know him when we were in Bucharest at the Euro. Always with the fan. He's always close to the fan.
That's great to
the
hear.
one where he's coming to you to speak with you. He's a really open guy. So,
very nice, right? And very, very handsome.
This is for the girls. I don't know. Il est beau, Giroud, pas? I'm asking if he's good looking. Giroud. No, you don't know? No, difficult to say.
Lennie will find out soon.
You're too young, Lennie.
Well, Pascal, Joris, Lennie, I just want to say I am genuinely excited to have this conversation today. I actually feel giddy almost, like we're meeting a celebrity. What is the French word for celebrity?
Célébrité.
That's easy.
Is there a word in French for giddy?
Giddy? I'm not sure I understand the word myself.
Like excited.
Like excited. silly excited.
No, voilà. I translate for my kids. Ils sont excités de rencontrer des célébrités. On dit avoir le trac. Avoir le trac. Avoir le trac. French.
Avoir le trac.
When you are an actor, you will enter into a scene, you have the giddy, this is what? So, avoir le trac.
Avoir le trac. All right. I will see if I can remember that.
Le trac.
Avoir le trac. Well, Pascal, we met you, I think, first in Qatar during World Cup 2022. I think we chatted briefly on a walk to Khalifa Stadium for the USA versus Netherlands round of 16 match. And then, of course, we saw a lot of you and Joris and Lennie. The cameras seemed to love you guys.
They always found you.
You were always, on screen, on Instagram. We have a question about the screen time later, but was there anyone else from your family with you, or was it just you three in Qatar?
My wife came for 1 week. So the first week she was there, but then she has to go back to work. And for instance, when we were in other World Cup, she spent some time with us, but less. So most of the time we are all the three of us. Okay.
So it was truly a family affair for a little while.
Yes, it's a family affair. It's really, we are really a football family, but my wife is less in the football than before.
Okay.
That's why. And she had many World Cup and many games. So we are doing much of the time, all the three of us.
Okay.
So speaking of that night that we met, and I have a selfie with you and I walking down the street to Khalifa Stadium. And the one thing that I remember very well, and it is great to see on video, you have this, which is what I think a piece of football fan culture that you're wearing right now, and you were wearing that evening, which is a hat that you've designed as a playing field with the pins or patches of the countries that are playing in that match. I believe that's the most relevant way to describe it. Can you kind of explain do you do that for every match that you've been to? And how did you come up with this
Yes,
idea?
I do that for every match of the final phase of Euro and World Cup. So here you see, I have the flag, and inside I have the next team we can play, so we can change.
Oh, wow. You are prepared.
So
that
when
is incredible.
hopefully France is qualified, I can remove the opponent, but that time Argentina won, so I can't. But you see, and here I'm changing the cup. If it's World Cup, I have the World Cup. If it's Euro, I have a kind of small Euro Cup to put. So this is just for the final. But Lennie, you can go in. Tu peux prendre le sac dans l'entrée. I have something else also. There is also a bag, but we're not wearing at the same time as a football field with the flags also, the teams.
So people who want to see this will have to go to our Instagram to see this video of you peeling the patches. But for the listeners, this is just some Velcro patches, and you switch them out and change the cups, the trophy in the middle, and the teams.
We have the bag too.
Oh,
and
you have a bag as
bag
well.
With the
like a satchel.
patch. And all the mascots of all the World Cup and Euros
cool.
we've been to.
That is so cool.
This is collectible culture at its finest.
Oh, it really is.
So this is and we have, and we can recap, for instance, all the team we met in the World Cup, but there were too many in Qatar, so to have all the, but every game I change the flags. And this is kind of a signature. People, they recognize me because of the green hat.
Yes.
And
yes.
Some people, they see me for other games, they don't recognize me, but with the green hat, they come to me and they say, "Oh, I know you were there." And the green on the blue fans, it's really something you can see really easy. So it's kind of looking for Charlie. It is how you say. Well,
okay.
the friends is
Wally?
Where is Wally? Where's Wally?
Yeah,
where's
Waldo?
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, where's Waldo? Yeah.
Where is Wally?
You do in a sea of blue. The green hat does stand out well. How many versions of this hat do you have?
No, I have only one.
Only one.
Really,
You've and for how long has this existed?
2006.
Wow.
Okay. Starting in Germany for the World Cup?
So for World Cup, it was in Germany. I found that out. But I was in World Cup before. But it was a start in Germany. Now every game of final phase, I have this hat.
Joris, I have a question for you. Does your dad's hat smell?
Est-ce qu'il sent?
No. So he washes.
Get a lot of history, that one.
Nice.
A lot of games.
Nice. Yeah, Joris, I actually have a question for you. Speaking of World Cups, and Lennie too, when she comes back. But here she is. Oh, there's the trophy. Love to see that World Cup trophy. So Joris, Lennie, you both, I would say, have been a part of French football fan groups, fan culture, the entire time you have been alive, your whole life. World Cup 2022 was not your first World Cup. What other World Cup tournaments have you been to?
Je traduis.
Vas-y, traduis.
En fait, il demande, donc on est allé à la Coupe du Monde au Qatar, mais dans notre vie, on est allé à d'autres Coupes du Monde. Donc, dans quelle Coupe du Monde on est allé? So, me, when I was 1 year old, I was in South Africa.
That was your first?
Yes. When I was 5 years old, I was in Brazil. And when I was 9, I was in Russia.
Okay. So you, Joris, have been to every World Cup that we, Mike and I, the Footy Travelers, have been to. So we have the same number of men's World Cups.
Okay.
Nice. Lennie, how about you?
Quelle Coupe du Monde tu as été?
Je suis allée quand j'avais 2 ans au Brésil.
So 2 years old in Brazil.
Okay.
Quand j'avais 6 ans en Russie.
6 years in Russia.
Et au Qatar.
10 years in Qatar.
Okay. Do you think you'll continue? Just keep going to every World Cup as you can?
I want to continue to become the best supporter in the world for World Cups.
Okay.
That is a good goal.
Great goal. You have a good head start.
Yeah.
Lennie said yes, she wants to continue too.
What a great thing to do as brother and sister.
Yeah.
C'est bien à faire entre frères et sœurs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pascal, I think you have been to maybe 7 World Cups. Is that correct? What was your first?
Yes, it's 98. So I was to 15 games in 98.
In France.
In total, I have 7 World Cups. So France, 98, South Korea and Japan, 2002, Germany, 2006, and then the 4 that you did.
Yeah.
And in total, I have 74 games at Stadium in World Cup, including 4 finals.
Wow.
So it's for a non-journalist, it's a lot.
Which World Cups were you at finals for? You only had 4 finals.
All of France, 98.
Okay.
So I am behind the bench of French team. So I'm really speaking with the players, very close to the pitch. It was amazing. Then I was 2006. I am first row behind the goal of the penalty. I'm very sad, but you can see me.
Wow.
I'm first row already. And then there was 2018 with Joris and Russia. And of course, 2022, we are first row behind the goal where Mbappé scored the third goal.
Wow. Yeah. So lest people forget, France has been in the finals a lot over the last, do some quick math. 20-some years.
The most final in the last World Cup is France. I'm very, very lucky.
Wow.
Yes. Fan of France before and to get to this 4 final.
One quick follow-up question, and then we have some more. But have you been so close that you can speak to players and coaches and maybe give them some good ideas? Have you helped France win?
Alors, Joris, you can answer in the Euro.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Euro, comment on dit Roumanie?
Non, en Roumanie?
Oui, c'est en
Roumanie. In Romania?
Romania.
Okay.
We were in the same hotel.
Hotel, yeah.
Players.
Nice.
So
wow.
We could see them every day, and it was amazing.
Same floor.
Wow. Love that. That's really close.
It was COVID time, so we could not do what we... But I think I have another, I don't know to say in English, anecdote. In the Euro 2016, Joris was 7 years old. And for the final, he didn't know very well the rule of football. He did a draw with the players and a kind of tactic with the penalty in the midfield. And before the game, he was first row. He was a kind of mascot of the fun.
Yeah.
And he said to me, we have to give the paper to Didier Deschamps. Yeah. So I gave the paper to the speaker of the stadium that pretend, because he's a friend of mine, to give the paper to Didier Deschamps. And then there was the game. And then France, there was the extra time.
Yeah.
And then on the screen, we saw Didier Deschamps and on the field with all the players around him, and they discussed the tactic. And Joris came to me, it was 7 years old, and said, Daddy, looks, Didier is showing my paper to the players.
Yeah, of course.
So that was very funny, because of course it was not true, but Joris believes that Didier Deschamps was showing his paper to the players.
Well,
keep believing, Joris.
Yes.
Well, you don't have to believe, because not only have you been to so many matches, so many World Cup tournaments, but you have been active among the French contingent. Joris, you've led some fan walks before games, one of them consisting of thousands of people. So tell us how that started. How did you start leading these fan walks?
Can I try in French?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alors, la première fan walk, enfin, cette passion des fan walk que j'ai eue, ça m'est venu donc de la Russie, parce que en Russie, on avait un endroit, c'est la place rouge, où tous les supporters français, ils se rassemblaient avant les matchs pour marcher vers le stade.
Je traduis un peu. I translate a bit.
Please, yes.
Passion came from Russia. So in Russia, you were 9 years old. All the French fans, they they come to the Red Square before the game to go to the stadium. And it came from the Red Square. Vas-y.
Oui.
Okay.
Et donc, depuis cette place rouge, on allait vers les matchs. Et un jour, on m'a proposé de lancer un chant à tous les autres supporters. Il y en avait 500, je crois. Alors, j'ai accepté. Et depuis, j'adore faire ça parce que j'ai l'impression que quand je lance les 100, et ben c'est un peu moi qui encourage tous les joueurs à travers les autres supporters de la France.
So one day on the square, someone asked him if he can start to sing, and he said yes. And there was 500 adults, and he loved that since that because he feels that when he's doing that, it is like c'est quoi comme t'as dit?
C'était comme si j'encourageais les joueurs à travers tous les.
It's like if he is him giving support to the player through the voice of other people. So it's like the 500 people, and he was 9 years old. It's him singing more. So it's really to support the guy that is pushing that, and he loves to do it.
Yes, it's exactly that.
That is incredible. We
That is
love
amazing.
to hear that. I will agree that there is some sort of feeling you get that you think and you believe that you really can have influence or impact. You can give passion to the players.
Yes.
And it just brings players and it brings fans together. And that is just, it's that footy travel feeling, that fan feeling that Mike and I chase when we go into stadiums and meet people and just be a part of these big events. So I'm glad to hear that you have the same experience. That's awesome.
Yes.
Joris, your experience leading fan walks, Pascal, your experience since 1998 with this great hat you have, and Lennie, now your experience as a World Cup traveler and fan. Are all of these little experiences what got you invited to be guests on the beIN Sports Network in Qatar? Or is this a separate story? I think I saw you.
No, it was just, we request nothing. It just 1 week before the final draw in Qatar. So it was end of March. We got a phone call. And in fact, it's just because we were on the final 2018, there is an image where Joris is 9 years old on my shoulder and I am, and we were both crying.
Yes.
So we cried at the same time. It was funny because we were not seeing each other because he was on my shoulder, but he was crying like 20 minutes and I was crying like 20 minutes. And then the image was on TV. And I think the FIFA people and the Qatari people organizing the show, they saw the image and they and they said, once we saw the image, we found you in 30 minutes with the social network. This is scary, huh? Because
they found your phone number just by seeing your image in 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes. This is what they tell us. And then we request nothing. Just they call us and ask us, do you want to come to Qatar the next Friday? We say, okay, yes, we will come. With Lennie and Joris.
Wow. Lennie, what was it like being on TV?
Ça faisait quoi d'être à la télé, Lennie?
C'était... je sais pas.
T'as aimé être à la télé?
Si, t'aimes bien être à la télé?
Oui.
Yes, she likes it. In fact, Lennie, she was in Russia. She was famous because there was some kind of broadcast on Russian TV on the family, and on the street, everybody knows Lennie. And
nice.
Yes, and one time in a coffee shop, girl came to me and she said, "Oh, you are the brother of the little girl."
So she was so famous that we were just the daddy and the brother of the famous little girl in Russia. But so, in fact, they used to be on TV at the World Cup and Euro since their baby. I think Joris, the first video, it was like 18 months live in French TV, so they're used to it. So but I'm not sure it's impressive for them,
Yeah.
They're just every day.
It's normal.
No big deal.
No, I don't say it's every day, but I don't know. Vous pensez que c'est incroyable?
Oui, bah moi on trouve ça excitant,
It's
intéressant.
exciting, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's what
Nice.
Question
Yeah.
de passer à la télé.
But in Russia, Lennie was the number one celebrity.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. So
She was so cute, 6 years old.
Yeah.
But Joris was kind of mascot of the fans. So Joris was the celebrity of the fans, but
Okay.
Lennie was celebrity for I think, Russian TV.
Yes,
Gotcha.
a Russian celebrity.
Yes.
So Pascal, for Qatar, you were part of the fan network, the fan leader network. Is that right?
Now, kind of, because to be part of it, you can't have kids. It was forbidden for kids. So we were invited to the draw. So we knew the people organizing the World Cup.
Okay.
So they have just invited us to the opening game. We were staying with the fan leader because I know a lot of French fans, as you can imagine, after so many years as a fan. And France is not a big football country like others, so we know all each other. So I was located in the same place, but I have to pay my accommodation. So I was kind of middle situation because I was staying in the accommodation with the fan, but not officially fan leader. But I was invited to the opening game, so it was nice.
Okay. So
Yes,
you got one of these.
No,
Oh.
No.
no, because we are really aside the stuff. You were fan
Gotcha.
leader.
Yes.
We were part of the fan delegation that went to the opening match too. Yeah, opening ceremony. Yeah.
So we were, but as also the kids were not were kids, they can't be fan leader.
Gotcha.
Yes, could not be a fan leader. Yeah.
But in fact, we were close to even the guys organizing, so it's a bit. We were kind of special guest.
So you mentioned the draw, which I think is maybe the place that many people have seen you the most. And was that the phone call that you said it only took them 30 minutes to find you on social media, and that was how they invited you to Qatar for the draw? Can you explain more about that experience? And we experienced it as fans, seeing you. That was, I think, my first time seeing you on television, but then we eventually met you in person. So that's when we realized that you were such celebrities. But can you talk more about that experience in the draw?
So it's more Joris that was on stage for the draw. I said to Joris, we are invited to go to see the draw in Qatar. But we didn't know it was to participate to the draw, to the show. So because they didn't tell us, first I didn't know it initially. And as it was a very short notice, I didn't want to make a joy to Joris and then say, no, it's not possible to go. So it was just to say to him, we will go in Qatar as a attendance. And then?
Et une fois que papa a su que j'allais pouvoir participer au tirage au sort, il me l'a pas tout de suite dit. Ensuite, on est arrivé au Qatar et une fois qu'on était à l'intérieur du bâtiment du tirage au sort, il m'a dit oui, il y aura une surprise, mais je saurais pas ce que c'est la surprise.
So we went to Qatar, and I said nothing to Joris. I just said then we have a driver, but that's we didn't say. We have everything. We were like very very special guest, and he has even a lodge. So he's coming into the backstage, and I said to him there will be a surprise. But I said to him I don't want to tell you the surprise now. So it was a lot of excitation.
Yes.
So because Joris, what I am doing there, he knows that there was something special, but he didn't know what he's doing there.
Wow.
Et ensuite, j'ai appris que Didier Deschamps, il allait participer pour ramener la Coupe du Monde et que je devais l'accompagner. Alors à ce moment-là, j'étais hyper heureux. Je savais que ça allait être un super moment. Ensuite, on s'est...
And then he learned he will bring on stage the World Cup with Didier Deschamps. And he knows it will be very happy and it will be a great moment.
Et ensuite, on s'est entraîné quelquefois avec un faux Didier Deschamps pour ramener une fausse Coupe du Monde.
Then he trained, did some dress rehearsal with a fake Didier Deschamps and a fake World Cup.
Wow. So, Joris, this was a total surprise, yes?
C'était une surprise totale.
Oui, yes.
Yes, even in Qatar, he didn't know that he will do this. We tell him the last minute.
Quand je l'ai appris, c'était un des moments où j'étais le plus excité de ma vie.
One of the most exciting moments in his life when he learned what he will do.
It has to be exciting. I like Mike said, we saw you during the draw on screen, just watching. And maybe I'll describe it real quick for our listeners. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's pretty, I'll say, epic. You know, it's a big production on stage. So there's these double doors and the trophy's about to come out. And on the screen, they have the Louis Vuitton case, images of the trophy case on the back wall. And then this digital image of the World Cup trophy shows up and it rises up from the ground. And then these sliding doors open. And there the viewers see the World Cup trophy glowing. And next to the World Cup trophy is Didier Deschamps. But also this young French boy in this very clean, very fresh white shirt. And they bring out the trophy before the draw. How many minutes between Joris when you found out and then walked out with Didier?
Minutes, the time he knows he will do it?
Yeah.
Combien de temps entre le temps où tu l'as su No, because you did some rehearsal.
So 2 days.
2 days.
Okay. So there was some time, there was some build up.
Yeah, because there was rehearsal, a lot of rehearsal.
Gotcha.
It's very like a blockbuster. Huh? In backstage, you have 400 people. Huh? It's a big ceremony. Huh?
So you mentioned backstage. So Joris and Pascal, how was it?
And Lennie. Lennie was there too.
And Lennie was there too.
Yeah.
Yes. You were able to meet so many legendary footballers like Cafu and Tim Cahill and Lothar Matthäus. How was that? Even though you are French and you love the French team, you must also be amazed by all of these other famous footballers as well. Is that right?
And actors like Idris Elba.
Yeah, very. You can say.
Bah, évidemment, on était, même si on est des fans de la France, on est aussi fans de football. Alors quand on rencontre des légendes comme Matthäus, Cafu, et puis même il y avait Didier Okocha, il a joué au PSG. Alors on est aussi fan du PSG.
So even if we are fan of France, we are fan of football. So just to meet Cafu and Didier Okocha, it's just a pleasure. So.
Yeah, oui, yes. It's amazing.
It's amazing. And Lennie, tu veux dire quelque chose sur les
Ça t'a fait quoi de rencontrer tous les footballeurs dans les backstage, Idris, Elba? T'as bien aimé Rashmin?
Yeah, Lennie was close to Rashmin, the TV presenter.
Yeah.
And,
yes, Rashmin.
And
okay.
Idris Elba is so kind and so clever guy. And I think we spent 2 days with the FIFA legends. So Joris has his own lodge, and they didn't have. So it was funny for us because they have a global lodge for them. But Joris have his own lodge with his name when we arrived. So we were amazed because I think they want to split because sometimes they also change their clothes and so on. So they don't want to be with the small family. So the family, Joris has the lodge. They are next to us. So we were close to, we were always with them for 2 days. So they're very, all nice. Special Bora Milutinovic is a really nice guy.
Yeah.
He was very in love with Lennie. Rashmin was in love with Lennie.
Love it.
And Idris Elba is really so nice guy.
I guess this makes sense. You say, you were there for 2 days. You probably had to rehearse and practice for the draw.
That was it. We did, I think, how many repetitions? 5?
No, 7.
7.
Oh, wow. 7 rehearsals, practices?
Yes.
There's 550 million shower people at that. So you have to not
Have it
to
perfect.
not to
Joris,
mess the ceremony. Huh?
Joris, you are the most famous person I have met before. You, by the most people that have seen your face, more people than anyone else that I have met. When you walked out with Didier Deschamps and rehearsed with him beforehand, had you met Didier before at all, or had just seen him?
You just gave him the paper?
Yeah.
Je l'avais seulement rencontré en Roumanie quand il allait au match pendant l'Euro, mais sinon je le voyais juste en bas à côté des joueurs pendant les matchs, mais je lui avais jamais parlé et c'était vraiment impressionnant de pouvoir lui parler à ce moment.
So Joris just met Didier Deschamps in Romania or on the bench before the game, during the game of France, but not talking to him. And it was the first time he can talk to him. In fact, Joris spent the afternoon with him before.
Wow.
And Didier Deschamps came into the lodge, and he's really kind. And you see, it's very kind man, because the first thing he did, he went to Lennie and take and embrace her. He didn't know her, so it's very a cool man. And you spend the afternoon together before the show.
C'est un après-midi. Il m'a paru durer 5 minutes. Vraiment, c'était hyper condensé.
So Joris said the afternoon looks like 5 minutes because there were so many things happening that it looks like, even if it was an afternoon, it was a 5 minutes afternoon.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Can you say that Didier is your friend now? Are you friends?
Alors, je sais pas si c'est mon ami, mais en tout cas, on a passé un bon moment ensemble et j'ai bien aimé parler avec lui. Il est très gentil.
I don't know if he is my friend, but we spent a good moment together, and he is very nice.
Yes.
And he's very nice.
The only moment that Colin and I have had.
Lennie wants to say something.
Oh yes.
C'est super de se balader partout et de faire un super maquillage aussi. On pouvait manger autant de chocolat qu'on voulait.
And she said that it was very good to be backstage because we were in fact the only one, Lennie and I, to be to have the right to go everywhere. Even we can see the rehearsal. No one was allowed because they were the only two kids in a room of 2,000 adults guests. And she said it was very nice because she can do a professional makeup. By the way, she took the place of one former FIFA legend. I think it was not Cafu, but he was late because of Lennie. And then she was very happy to have free chocolate all the time in the lodge because they bring us a lot of chocolate. So she enjoyed it to be backstage.
What more could a girl want? Free makeup, free chocolate.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of friends, or at least good acquaintances, meeting celebrities, Pascal, you said you all are not just French fans, but you're fans of football.
Yes.
When we were all at Qatar 2022, it was very unique. All the fans from every country were in a very close space. So naturally, all of us met people from all over the world. Did you have any notable or memorable experiences with fans of other countries, or did you have any favorite fans outside of the French during World Cup 2022?
Ah oui.
You want to start?
Vas-y.
Okay. Lennie, you want to start? Which one? Okay. Joris we have a very close fan from Colombia. He was the fan leader of Colombia. I don't know if you know that guy. He's called Pulpito. He's crazy. But me, I have other memories. I have one day in Doha, we were 5 people speaking. And after a while, we guessed that we were one each for one continent. So there was one from Oceania, one from Africa. And me, I was to 7 World Cup. Mm-hmm. And I think it was the first time I have that experience that we were 5, and we were 5 from one continent each, just talking together. And of course, we had a particular experience with the Moroccan fans. Because when we just after beating England, Joris and I, we went to the souk. And in fact, the semi-final started just after the quarterfinal. And I think we were the only French going to the souk with hundreds of Moroccans surrounding us. It was amazing. I also remember the Saudi Arabian final when they beat Argentina. It was crazy in the souk too.
They were happy.
I don't know if you have that
yes.
too.
That was a fun time.
Lennie, la question c'est quels sont tes fans favoris en dehors des Français?
Ah, bah, c'était bien aussi.
Lennie likes Koreans fan.
Okay.
She wants to do a South Korean game against Uruguay, and she loves the Korean fans. So we love too the Korean fans. We know that they're good fans.
They are good fans.
They were great. Yeah. I want to look forward a little bit. You know, Euro 2024. You mentioned Euro Cups and Euro Championships. That tournament's coming up. Mike and I have some plans to travel to Europe, to Germany. How involved have you all been, or will you be?
Oh, he cut out again.
Apparently, I am having internet issues, but we're still recording.
Well, yes, we are. And Pascal already figured out what question you were asking as you got cut off. And I told him, yes, we want tickets. No, he assumed we were looking for tickets.
Well,
no,
we can go there. Yeah. I just wanted to know, what are your sort of plans as French fans? And got any extras?
Yeah. So this Euro will be really a Euro for the fans. It's the first time that the organizer provide I think there's 10,000 tickets per country per game.
Oh wow!
Plus just for the fans. Then you have 1,500, for the officials of the country. So it's like 23,000 of the stadium will be for the two teams playing. So it's very cheap tickets. So really, the German, they want. I think it will be a big success, because in the mindset is to welcome the fans and real football fans. There is a specific things there. Usually for a tournament, Euro and World Cup, you can buy tickets for your team in advance. Like, we call it follow my team tickets.
Yes.
Meaning that if your team lose, you are refunded. You can buy the final, for instance, 1 year in advance. For instance, in Qatar, we did that. For France, we were lucky, because I told you, we buy the final and we are often in the final. Sometimes not. And if you lose, the organizer refund you. But
Americans don't do that.
The first time the Euro, they didn't do that. They want to be sure the people will be there. So they just sell the first round, and they will sell the last 16 game last minute. So it will be very complicated to organize ourselves, because we will have to get the ticket last 16 and then move. And then the same, if we qualified for the quarterfinal, they will sell last minute. So it will be like this, but it will be really for the fans. Of course, there are a lot of tickets for German people, but a lot of tickets for the teams playing.
So it sounds like getting tickets for the knockout rounds, round of 16, quarterfinal, semifinal for Euro 2024 could be competitive and difficult.
But will be only in June. You can't get them before. If you are for the teams playing, so you can get them if you are kind of German and you don't care the game. But for the fans, you will have to wait the last minute. So we can imagine just after the third game of the group stage, we will be all on a smartphone trying to get tickets for the last 16, and it will be something like this, or the day after, and then to organize all the trip.
I think and organizing the trip is something that we would love to ask you about in terms of.
So the German did something very good too. They did a lot of. First, they did free transportation in the city the day of the game. So that was the same in 2006, and we don't see that in many tournaments. So it's really for the fans. And also they did cheap price on the train tickets, for instance, France to Germany, but I imagine from other country. So I really advise to use the train. But of course, if you want to stay all the time, you have to have a car. It can be good to rent a car. But I advise the train trip, because it's cheap, and German is very well organized. And I'm sure the Euro, I remember 2006, it was very well organized. And moreover, the German, for instance, they were the one who invented the fan zone. I'm sure they will invent something for the fans out of the stadium. So even if you don't get tickets, go there, because the Euro will be a big party.
Yes. Just be in the country if you can get to Germany.
You will
in
have
Europe.
Beautiful fan zone. You will have it will be amazing.
Yeah.
I think this is interesting, Colin. Just to a sidebar with you, we noticed in purchasing the tickets for Euros this time compared to 2020, where you are able to select which fan group you are a part of. And so, Pascal, I think you're 100% accurate that this does feel like it is more supporting of European countries' fans. And so, as Americans,
Yes.
it is making it a little bit more challenging to get tickets
Yes.
because we are
Maybe
not a part
yeah.
of associations. But
if you are not part of an association, it will be more difficult because, as I said, 23,000 of the tickets are already for the first group share. It's the first case like this because usually organizers give 8% of the stadium to or 16%, but not more. Here we are talking of more. We are talking like even 50% total of the stadium is for the fans of the two countries. So when you are out of the fans, it will be more difficult. And the prices are very cheap for the category of fans. So they did get like 30 euros or 50 euros. I think the final even cheapest is 50 euros.
Yeah.
So it's
if
really,
you can get
they
your
want
hands
the
on
fans to be there. They want the fans to be there. They don't want to have it's the mindset, but I think it's a good mindset. Maybe not for you as a ground-hopping people, but for the fans of the country is a good mindset, and they want to have really people cheering in the stadium, I think.
Yeah. So speaking of cheering and being in stadiums, we've talked a lot about the men's game. Do you all have any interest in the women's game? I remember being at the Women's World Cup and being very impressed by the France versus Australia PK shootout and seeing France women also be very successful.
Yeah, we were sad at the shootout. Huh?
Yeah.
I think France is sad for women or men for shootouts. It's not good time for us. But yes, with Lennie, on peut poser la question, we can ask Lennie. La Coupe du Monde féminine, on a été, tu te rappelles? Tu veux dire quelque chose? Ça t'a plu? Ça t'avait plu? Oui, carrément. So yes, we went in 2019. There was the Women World Cup in France. So we went to several games. And also with Paris Saint-Germain, we have a very good women team. So me, I'm going to some games of Champions League or men games of French League of women football. So
I was going to ask about Paris Saint-Germain. So do you travel to many of their matches or just maybe ones that are at home? I know, Joris, you've played with Lionel Messi's son at PSG Academy. Is that right?
Yes. C'est quoi la question?
T'as joué avec le fils de Messi à la PSG Academy?
Oui. En fait, on était dans le même club. C'est marrant parce que c'est un très très grand club. Il y a 4000 joueurs. Et pourtant, dans mon groupe de 15, dans mon équipe de 5, il y avait Thiago Messi et même une fois Matthäus Messi est venu jouer.
Joris is playing in PSG Academy. It's 4,000 players. They say it's funny because there are 4,000 players, but in my group of 15 players, even in my group of 5, there was the two sons of Messi, often Matthäus Messi, and once often Thiago Messi, and once Matthäus Messi. So he said, I'm very lucky. It's just by chance because there are 4,000 players, and in my group of 5, I have the son of Messi.
Wow.
And when you play with Messi, you told me you give him the ball and you wait, or when he's got the ball and you are in the goalkeeper, you look at the ball and you don't play. Huh?
Yeah.
Let Messi take care of it.
You will say to your children that you give you score a goal from a pass of Messi. You can say that. But the son, not the
son.
Hey, it's the last name. The last name counts.
Yeah.
Mike asked about PSG games and going to Parc des Princes. I remember seeing, it was on the internet somewhere, but it was a Champions League game. It was a Bayern fan, and he snuck into the PSG supporter section, and he got booted out pretty quickly with maybe some fists and punches.
That was the match I was supposed to go to when I was in Paris a year ago today, or yesterday.
So me, I'm one of the very old fan of Paris Saint-Germain. I'm going to all game in Paris, but I'm going to all Champions League game away. So I was in Dortmund, Milan, Newcastle, and I will go shortly to San Sebastian to see the Real Sociedad. So I think I don't know if you know the app to Footballogy. Number three.
The app.
I'm
Yeah.
number three. I'm number three for Paris Saint-Germain. And 5 for France.
Wow.
So
I'll have to find you on the
I didn't put
app.
all the game. I think I have more than 1,000 games of Paris Saint-Germain at stadium. So I'm very big fan since 1981. And Joris is coming often, Lennie sometime. But it's not the same life, It's a club fan. So club and international game, of course, as you said, when you go to the international game, it's always party. And but for the fans, sometimes it's a bit more rivalry with the opponents. So we can find it's the day-to-day life. In fact, your club, Arsenal and Chelsea, it's your day-to-day life. And then you have your national team, which is kind of football party.
Do you know of the PSG Ultras? The Ultras. I think I don't know what their name may be considered.
We call them Ultras. So like the very passionate. Sometimes
ultra,
violent.
Ultra, yes. Okay, it's the accent. So me, I was in the Ultras for 25 years, but now I'm older. But Joris, when it's French team, is like a capo. For PSG, no, we are in the middle, but we are singing a lot. But maybe you will go to 1 or 2 games as Ultra soon. I think it was one of his Christmas present to have a game in the Ultra Cup of Paris Saint-Germain with a friend. So it will come soon. Now it's 15 years old. You will be able to go.
Okay. We'll see you in the black hoodie, the black sweatshirt, jumper.
No, not the black, but just to sing and no, nothing. Just like no shirt.
Just no shirt on.
No.
Well, Pascal, Joris, Lennie, I know it's getting a little late in Paris. I don't want to keep you past your bedtime or past dinner time. Hopefully you ate before. I don't. We just a couple more questions to share with our listeners to give them a sense of what true French fans really feel about football. Who are your favorite French players of the last decade? So the last 10 years. Top 3.
Favori des 10 dernières années.
Alors moi, j'en dirais 2.
Vas-y.
Can I?
Non, il faut dire 3. Tu peux dire 3 si tu veux.
2?
2 or 3?
2 or 3.
Up to you.
2 or 3? Okay. Okay. My 3 players are Kylian Mbappé.
Of course.
Hugo Lloris.
The keeper. Okay.
Yes. And N'Golo Kanté.
Everyone loves Kanté.
Regarde.
Mike's got some Kanté on right now.
Sorry, I had to turn him around.
Vas-y,
That's great.
Vas-y, Lennie.
Moi, c'est Kylian Mbappé et...
Okay. Et Lennie, it's Kylian Mbappé, Hugo Lloris.
Pour moi, c'est ces 3 joueurs parce que c'est 3 joueurs qui ont été beaucoup impliqués pour la victoire en 2018.
Because there are 3 players that were really involved in the victory of 2018. That's why it's
good answer.
Favorite.
That's a great reason. It's a good reason.
And for me, I have Kylian Mbappé, but also Griezmann.
Yes.
We don't forget Giroud as a mentioner. Not only as a player, Giroud, but as a man.
Yeah.
As a man, is someone very, I don't know, say different and very close to the people. We understand that he loves people.
Yeah, you mentioned meeting him and spending some time and him being a kind person. Yeah.
No, it's great. A kind person and really taking care of people. He's not fake. He's not for the camera. He's really like a nice man.
So, Pascal, maybe I asked this question just to you because we asked for the last 10 years, but considering how old Joris and Lennie are, those are their favorite players of their life. But for you, being much older, who is your favorite player of all time?
Okay, so il demande quel est mon joueur préféré. So I always answer that question to people. Just think that the football is a matter of, in fact, childhood. Your favorite player is always when you are 8 to 12. When you will get older, you will think even if there are players better than the one you have in mind, The one you will keep in mind as a romantic is the one when you were 8 to 12, because football
Romantic, yeah.
is a childhood stuff. And me, of course, it's Platini.
Yeah.
But then I can say that with Zidane, I have a special story. I was very close, and as a fan, I was close to his sister as a friend, and then so I have Platini, but I can't forget Zidane. It's impossible. Even if for me, Platini is the memory of the childhood.
Yes.
I would say true football fans, all of us love Zizou, as we call him.
Zidane is.
Yeah, very nice.
For me, it was very special. So, I was behind behind the goal of his last game.
Yes.
So in my mind, I have him in front of me with the World Cup. So I think it's one of my most dramatic memories to miss that moment, because I was first row behind and I was waiting him with the World Cup 2006. That was my dream of that day, but I have it in mind for a long time, and then it didn't occur. But that's why. And when it's like this, I said to Joris, for instance, 2022, we lose together, we win together, but 2016, we went to party with Portuguese people, and I said to him, when we will win next time, you will remember that we lose. And it was 2 years after that we won the World Cup. So it's important to get this.
Yes.
But Zizou, it's a long story with him. 98, of course, he gave us the victory, and he was a terrific player.
I have one very quick question about Zizou. You were at the final against Italy. Did you see the incident where he received did you see it live?
We'll be talking about for Zinedine Zidane.
In fact, because we are behind the goal, I saw Materazzi falling on his butt, but I didn't see the head.
Yeah.
I see the first time the video last year, because I never watch again the final, because I want to keep my memories. So I saw Materazzi falling on his butt, and I saw Buffon running to the referee. And at that time we didn't have smartphone. We had the SMS. So people were telling us something happened, but we didn't have any image. So in the stadium, we didn't have the same feeling of people in front of TV. In the stadium, we were just thinking, we need to win. We didn't know. We know that Zidane did something wrong, but we didn't know how valiant it was. I saw the image. I saw the image, of course, but not the video. Only last year, because I don't want to watch again. So I saw the image because the image is famous everywhere, but I didn't see how valiant it is if you don't see the video.
So this is crazy to me to think, because the image is in my memory paired with the video, the moment it happened while I was watching on television. So you have found a way for these many years, since 2015 years, to never have seen the video of it happen. You've seen the image where it's very famous, he's standing over him, but you've never seen until last year the actual video. Wow.
Me, I was in 4 World Cup final with my country. I remember not every minute, but something like this of the 4 days of the World Cup final. I can't explain. This is a special moment. This is crashing everything. Even if you spend 1 month in Qatar, the World Cup final day is taking 90% of your memories. And me, I don't want to watch any image. Of course, you see the image, but on the newspaper and something, but not. I don't want to watch again the game. I don't want to watch even the goal of Mbappé or because I want to keep the memory of the moment when the ball entered, because we were just behind the goal, and you want to keep that. Me in '98, I keep the memory of the players coming to me or things. I don't want to see the TV, the image on TV, just for the final World Cup, and because the moment is so intense that you can't forget. You remember all of that day, even what you have eaten, even the people you. I always say to people, when you have a neighbor in the stadium at the World Cup final, you will remember each time you will see the guy or the girl, you will remember, not his name, not his job. You will remember it was my neighbor in the World Cup final.
Yeah. I remember that face.
It's happening all the time. When I met the people, I was next to them in the World Cup. I say, I just have this in mind when I see you. you were next to me in the World Cup final.
You shared something so special together, and you cannot change that, and it's ingrained into your memory. That's beautiful. That takes a lot of dedication, but it also takes a lot of, I think, just appreciation for how important that moment is, that you don't want to blur it or dilute it because you want to remember it from your vantage point. That's really special.
Wow. And those are the memories that keep us going back for more. We want to have the more experiences like that. Wow. Well, again, it's maybe a little late in Paris. We won't keep you too long. One more question for the experts in Paris. Do you have any ticketing or travel or transportation tips, advice for this summer's Olympics? They're going to be held in Paris, and footy fans might go to some Olympic soccer.
Olympics, of course, tickets are very expensive, but accommodation is very expensive. So I don't say come to my place because there are a lot of people requesting it. But to get the tickets, there will be resale in spring.
Okay.
Because we are a lot of people with a lot of tickets, but in fact, we can't be at the same place at the same time. So there will be resale for sure. And I think there will be occasion to find cheapest tickets. The issue is the accommodation. It's really complex. And for the transportation, if you are accommodated far from Paris, it will get hard. So the thing is to find a plan to be in Paris. For the moment, the price is very high for the accommodation. So let's see if there are something improving. But for the tickets, for sure, resale in spring on the first in, first out. It will be the people who get already ticket can resell. So that will be easier. If you have a way to come to one day and to go out Paris the evening, maybe it's simpler, but it's not as good, of course, as to stay and to enjoy. We have planned ourselves. I think we have 24 sports tickets already, different sports. That's mean I don't know many, but three sessions per day for the 15 days.
Wow. What is your favorite sport?
This is candidate to animate some French. We have kind of French fans parts. I don't know if we'll be selected because we have already a big agenda for the 2 weeks. But if it's selected, it will be one of the 35, I would say, sing leader of the French. The French try to have fans in all sports. It's not for football. Wow. It's very for each sport to have a small square of fans. But I think it will be a big party. But I know that the accommodation is hard.
Wow. Okay. Well, Pascal, Joris, Lennie, thank you so much for joining us today. Also, thank you for dealing with the technical difficulties. We're glad we connected. I'll try this in French. Merci de nous rejoindre. Thank you for joining. My accent is bad, I know.
Merci, Colin. Merci, Mike.
It's great to talk to you.
Hope to see you in 2026.
Yes. Or we will actually be, I think, at a French game for Euro. I think we have the playoff B opponent France game.
Yes.
Which game?
In Stuttgart, I want to say. No, that's Belgium.
No. There is Düsseldorf, Leipzig,
Dortmund.
Or Dortmund.
It's
Dortmund.
Yeah, it's France. Yeah, it's June 25.
I think Joris and Lennie won't be. They will be in Leipzig because Joris has to finish the school stage.
Right.
We will be the game before in Netherlands, but I will be in Dortmund.
Yes, June 25th in Dortmund. We will be there. We will have to.
25th
we'll look for your hat.
Yes,
I know.
We'll look for the hat. Love it.